Here we'll be discussing about dishonor of check. That means in certain circumstances, the bank will dishonor the check which is submitted by a customer. First one is compulsory dishonor. The main situation where a bank will dishonor the check is when a garnishee order is being prevailing. So what is a garnishee order? Suppose a person X have borrowed some money from uh, a person Y. Then the person Y, uh, if X is not paying the person promptly, the person Y can get a garnishee order. That is an order which is given by the court of law through a judgment, allowing the recovery of money from the judgment debtor. That means, suppose if this person X is a employee, then the person Y can directly get the amount from the person's employer. So if a garnishee order is prevailing against one person means, and if that person is producing a check means, it is compulsory dishonor, bank will dishonor the check. And various other circumstances are death of the customer, insanity or if the customer is not of sound mind, insolvency of the customer, and if the bank is getting an intimation regarding the notice of loss of check, also bank will dishonor the check. Then the various other circumstances through which the bank will dishonor the check is at the willingness of the bank. That is, if the check is not proper, if it is not properly written, or things are not clearly communicated, or sufficient fund is not there in the account of the drawer. Suppose if the check is issued for 50,000 rupees, but in the account holder's account there is only 25,000, then bank is not able to give the amount since full amount is not there and bank will dishonor. And various other circumstances are when the check is post dated, definitely bank cannot honor the check. And if the check is multi-lated or stale check, or if the signature doesn't tally also, bank will dishonor the check. So what is a stale check? A check which was in circulation for an unreasonably long period of time, it is said as a stale check. That is usually, suppose if a person issues a check and the date is 1st January, usually 3 months or 90 days is the validity of the check. So, if a person is presenting the check to the bank after 3 months of the date of issue, it will be dishonored by the bank. It will be returned by the banker unpaid, telling that it is out of date. And what is multilated check? A check which is torn into pieces such a way that its contents are not readable by the banker is known as multilated check. Usually, it is said that a check should not be folded, or if a check is being torn into pieces, then it will not be accepted by the bank. Usually, they return the check unpaid by the banker. And regarding a few more things, that is material alterations. Usually, when we write a check, it should be clear, legible, and without any mistakes or strike-offs should not be there. So material alterations means making any changes in the existing check is known as material alterations. So any striking off and overwriting or such things, then it conveys a different message in legal effect. Usually, that material alterations are not permissible. So, alteration of the date, alteration of the amount, or place, or name of the person to whom the check is to be given. Such alterations are known as material alterations. And in situations where if the check issued is crossed check, cancellation of the crossed check is also material alteration. Changing specially crossed check into generally crossed check is also material alteration. And the next area is magnetic ink character recognition code, that is MICR code. While we are dealing with check, we can see this MICR code in every check. It is introduced by RBI. It is a character recognition technology which will help in easing the processing and clearance of checks and other documents. The MICR encoding code, the MICR line is at the bottom of the check. That MICR code is a code which contains first 6 numbers which contains the check number. The next 3 numbers contains the city code. Next 3 numbers contains the bank code. And the last 3 numbers contains the branch code. This technology allows MICR readers to scan and read the information directly into a data collection device. So usually we say that the check should not be folded because that code will be damaged and it will not be useful for the to read the check. And crossing on the top left hand corner. So this is the specimen of the check, and in the bottom it is numbers are written, and that is the MICR code. Thank you.